My guest today is Kamran Shaikh. Kamran is someone who is an inspiration because it takes a lot of courage to go after your dreams and to follow your passion. Kamran, I'm going to hand over the screen to you and let you introduce yourself. So here
Okay.
you go.
Okay. My name is Kamran Shaikh, and I was born in Pakistan, Karachi. And what do I say about myself? I was basically born in Karachi, moved here in 1980, and I was a satellite communications engineer. I went to high school here. I went to college here. I went to NYU for my master's, Hofstra University for my undergrad. And I became a satellite communications engineer in New York, and then moved here on a job as a satellite communications engineer. And then the 2009 recession happened, where I lost my job, decided to become a business analyst for Deloitte and Touche. And that's where I found my break into acting. Somebody actually approached me and said, "Do you want to be in a movie?" And I said, "Yeah, why not?" So I was in Captain America, Civil War. And then from there on, it's been history. That was 3 years ago, and it's been a great ride ever since. I've been very blessed. I've been very lucky to have booked a lot of roles so far.
So, Kamran, did you, growing up, I know, just like yourself, I was born and grew up in Karachi. So we are both Karachiites. And although unlike you, I did finish my high school and I came to the US as a student.
Okay.
And we have all grown up watching movies, especially Bollywood movies. And, in I think somewhere we all visualize and dream and aspire to be, these sultry actors and
Absolutely.
actresses, and especially in Bollywood where you have all the musicals, and so you just you think that you are one of
Life is a
those.
dream. Yes.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
is that something that you grew up with those aspirations? Was acting somewhere ingrained within you and it manifested?
Absolutely. I love movies. I love all movies. I'm a big movie buff. I have over 3,000 or 4,000 movies in my basement. This is my basement. In my collection of DVDs, when DVDs were famous, and now it's all streaming, so it really goes. But yeah, Indian movies, Pakistani, well, not so much Pakistani movies, but Indian movies, American movies. I'm a huge fan of movies, and I've studied their acting skills. Every actor, I would really pay attention to what they're doing that makes them stick out. And, the nuances, the subtleties that stick out in a good actor.
When we were having our conversation, I had mentioned to you that when I met my husband, he had just returned from Hollywood, and this is of course a while back, and at that time it was a completely different industry, and he had the time that he spent was it had been a very difficult time, because at that time there was just no scope for desis or South,
Absolutely.
Indian, Pakistani. Of course, you're playing the role of an Arab as well. And but right now, what do you feel? What feel do you get entering this industry?
I feel that it's a really good time for desis and different ethnicities. Hollywood is diversifying immensely. It's not your usual pretty boy, white guy, or that thing anymore. It's diversifying. They're trying to look for different people to, I think, kind of relate to everybody, because the United States is a melting pot, and the great thing is that the industry, the movie industry, has realized that, and they feel that diversity will be more beneficial to them, and obviously it will be more better for the world. Absolutely.
And I think I think we need some diversity, right? We need some variations, and we need different people, colors, everything. We need to see our people, not just our people. We just need a diversity, right?
And I think that'll get rid of the prejudices in the world. There's a lot of
stereotyping and wrong information.
Wrong information, absolutely. I think instead of sending a message to somebody on Facebook saying that, hey, learn about Islam or learn about Pakistani and how we're not all terrorists or anything like that, because there's a common misconception because of the media that this comes up.
Put yourself out there, right?
Yeah, put yourself out there. Become friends with your neighbors. Become friends. Instead of having ill feelings towards somebody, show them what you really are. Become friends with them.
And that's empowerment, right?
Absolutely.
Support each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of people that have changed. There is a lot of people that I've spoken to, and that a lot of people have spoken to, that have different views now simply because they spoke to you. They're not really that good. They're pretty good. They're pretty nice.
I think, Kamran, it's so important for people to support each other. Mm-hmm. Because you know what? There's enough for everyone. Right. Instead of sitting there and thinking that I wish I was her or him, why don't you put
strive
good
to be
out there? Why don't you show support so that that goodness can come back to you? And instead of thinking, hey, I wish, why am I not that person? Why don't you go and try and maybe
do it?
Do it.
Yeah, simply put, do it. Yeah, don't be envious. Just do it, and don't ever feel. I've learned, in my life, to not be hating on people who have more than you. Good for them. Pray for them. Absolutely, 100% agree.
So on that note, Kamran, I am so honored, and it was it was my pleasure having you here. And
the pleasure's mine.
And thank you for being on Heart to Heart with Saima. And I wish you all the very best. We are rooting for you. And we are waiting to see wonderful things come in your life and just make us